Welcome back to the series on how to sell your home. 101. So you tried to sell your house yourself and that didn't quite work so well, and you've now decided that it's time to get an agent to help you. Well, that's where I come in. What can an agent do for you to sell your house? Well, first of all, an agent can give you what's called a CMA, or a comparative market analysis. They'll come in and they will show you other homes for sale, usually within a quarter mile of where your house is, and what those homes have sold for, and what the active homes are that are for sale around you, and how your house compares to these other houses. The agent will do, now these are the things that I do, so I guess I can only speak for myself and what I do, and being part of Coldwell Banker Residential, what they expect all of us agents to do. I will walk through your house, we'll look at it, we'll talk about things we see. You know, maybe we see that the wall needs to be painted. If you have a room that's painted really dark, and it's a small room, it's going to look even smaller, especially once we take pictures. So we may make suggestions along the way. Paint that purple bedroom. Let's paint that off-white. You know, I know you love the kids, the dog, grandma, grandpa, and everybody else, and you have the wall of who's who. Well, remember, you're trying to get somebody to want to buy your house, to make their own memories. When they see your memories in that house, they say, well, how is this going to fit? This is nothing like my family. My family doesn't look like this. Maybe this house isn't for my family. I should go look at something else. That's what we don't want. So we may make suggestions that, you know, maybe the gallery of photos needs to come down. And we have to point out things in the house we see that will be harmful to a buyer, harmful to the resale of the house down the road, or structural defects that we see. You have water in your basement. Yeah, this is an issue. In Southeast Wisconsin, people, we do have basements. And we do have basements that get water. And this is an issue. And as an agent, I would say to you, you know what? Call one of the foundation specialists and get them in and let's see what's going on. We have to report this. Anything we see going through the house and anything that you know has happened to your house during your ownership, we have to fill out what we call a property condition report. And we'll get to that later when we talk about more documents that are going to go along with the sale of your house. So now you've gotten the agent in, you've gone through the comparative market analysis, we've checked out the house for defects and just little things that could be changed. And then what I do as an agent is I'll tell you, okay, now here's what we need to do to get your house ready for sale. The big one, guys, and we all know it, declutter. You know, people don't want to be walking over Fido's bowls, and we don't want to be walking over the kids' clothes, and you don't want buyers tripping over your things. You know, and you don't want dirty dishes in the sink and bugs. And believe it or not, yes, I've seen all the above, each and every one. And frankly, I find it gross, so you can imagine how a buyer sees it. So you need to look at it through the eyes of a buyer. And what I do also as an agent, many times, my sellers who haven't bought in a long time, I'll take them out for a day as a buyer. And I'll show them properties. So you start thinking about, okay, well, if I think this is wrong and that's wrong in this house, how are people viewing my house? Your agent is there to give you the expertise of their knowledge of what a buyer is looking for. You know, how many upgrades do you have in the house? Do you have no appliances, or are they from the 1970s? Is the swag lighting still on the ceiling? Do you have shag carpeting? Or do you have granite, stainless steel, finished rec room? You know, all of these things will increase the value of your house. The previous things, the shag carpeting, the swag, the wallpaper, that's going to decrease the value of your house. So this is kind of the role of the agent. And the other role of the agent is to get your house out there. It's to market your house. And we'll go into that in a later video as to what the brokerage will do for you. At least what we at Coldwell Banker will do for you. How we're going to market your house. How we're going to get out there. Once you go through all the steps of having your house clean, getting it as updated as you can, moving Fido's bowls, the cat boxes are clean, you've got the vanilla air freshener in there. Remember, the number one job of your agent is to bring you an offer. That's the one job. That's our ultimate goal, is to bring you an offer. If your agent has brought you an offer, they've done their job. It may not be the offer you want. I'd like to sell my house for $1 million too, but it doesn't necessarily happen. And that's where your agent's going to be realistic with you. You may not like what every agent has to say, and you may disagree. But remember, you have the emotional attachment to your house. You know that you've lived here, you've raised your kids, And maybe your grandkids have been there too. And after all, I know this house is worth more than that, but your agent knows the market. You've got to go by what the market tells you, what the buyers are telling you. You're going to get feedback, and we'll talk about that later too. So remember, your agent's role is to come in, to give you that CMA to show where you fit in the market, to go through your house with you, walk through, look at things that need to be changed. And finally, to bring you an offer. Get an offer accepted and get you to the closing table. Stay tuned in this series for more specifics on how to sell your house 101. Thanks for watching. Let Kraus sell your perfect house. And remember to subscribe to our channel.